Audio check 1 2. Is the audio working? Yes, it is. Okay. So Bidet has trouble with this because it has a branch right at the beginning. So it cannot create a distinguishing character for the function. But the thing is that we don't need a distinguishing character. So let's see here. Generate DC. Oh. If the distinguishing character is... So the thing is, we only need a distinguishing character for the routines if we're going to include a routine. So I think I just want to say, like, if... So in the else clause, we're just going to say me DC is 0. And then here, so what does that do? If I run that, it's going to assert. Right, it's going to assert on 92. Go to 92. Yeah, so we're no longer going to enforce the fact that we have a DC. So, do we build? We built. And we ran. Okay, so what does the generated code look like? Build spec.cpp. What is this one called again? Running. Yeah, so because it's null, it's expecting one here. So what we need to do is, in our generate code routine, we need to have a thing here that says okay, so if it's a routine, okay, so I think, yeah, okay. So if C DC, then we're going to do all that. Else we are going to do we're going to essentially do the same thing, except for the fact that we're not going to eat the DC character. Why? Why is space level here? Oh, it's for the line macro. Okay. So, I think this is only needed in this case. That's fine. Alright, so, and then end buffer. Oh, right. Hand the buffer, and then clear the buffer. Alright. We've done all the things. Actually, before I investigate with the error messages, I want to go here and I want to make sure that when we are generating code for a call that we assert the call routine has a DC. Assert. Boom. Alright. What is this error? Warning, extra argument not used by format string. Okay, that's an error. 202. Right, because we are not using the expect buffer anymore. Right. Alright, so I believe that we are running now. Oh, crap, we never call a new function. Parse running test. So, in this case, when we are in exec reload, we're looking for running. You know, these asyncs not these asyncs until stuff. I'm getting really tired of like seeing them everywhere. I kind of want to like bake them into something. Bake them into the parsing routine or something. I don't know. We'll see. Okay, so this would be a generated routine. Parse running. My context. Okay. Run, compile. Okay, awesome. Okay. Run. Okay, so that executed fine. I'm gonna do like a start. A break. Start. Break. Start. Run. Okay, so this should be like really high. Okay, so this is another bug. If we are not in a frame, we need to clear our current line. So in here, open view to source code, my context frame line. I'm going to say line number is equal to -1 or something like that. And then we'll return. Why is the buffer getting shorter? Come on, console buffer. set jump. Why does it have a line number but no file? Oh, because it's an assembly. Okay. Never. Oh, well, I mean, no, that's not what happened. It just doesn't display the line number. Okay, so next. Okay, so what is the current state of the program? What exited? I was expecting an error. I don't know. I'll just wait for that bug to let itself be known later. Just to sort of like articulate what's going on in my head right now. There was, so GDB returned back to me. Let's see here. Error. No, nothing. Yeah, okay, so I tried to do exec next inside of LD start. And then it choked because it could not find bounds of the current function. And that makes sense. And that happened at 419D59. Let me try that again real quick. Run restart. Well, okay, but let me finish the thought. So what I did was so it was erroring out, and so what I wanted to do is sort of like create this. So like what I was doing before was I had exec next. Like I wasn't using my parser stuff. I was just basically doing just doing this. Well, I mean, obviously I changed it to using my parser stuff now, but I was just saying expect and assert like that the next text coming up is running. But that doesn't work for like when you hit an error case. And so like when I've hit that stuff before, I basically just massage it so that there's never an error case, or like fix, the issue that was causing the error case. But I was thinking that in this situation, the program would never, the debugger would never really be able to reason about this, that and predict that this would be an error, because I feel like that's such an edge case. I don't want to be checking for that every time. GDB can tell me about it, and I'm fine with that. I think that's fine. And so I wanted the program to be able to handle errors from GDB. So I went ahead and put this stuff in here to basically, say, hey, if we're running, then we do this thing. Or, hey, if we've got an error, let's go ahead and print the error message to the console. So, got an error. Actually, that's not going to stand out enough. Let's do error. Okay. Okay. So anyway, but the thing is that when I ran it again, I didn't run into that problem. I want to run it one more time just to see if I hit that again. That should be at 419 D59. So I'm at 419 D30 right now. So let me do a step. What? No. 419 D59. This is where I'm at. This is where this is at. And it finished just fine. Or was it messing up on exec next or exec finish? Exec next. Interesting. Okay, this one's different. Oh my gosh. What is it expecting? This is at 697. What am I in? I am in process async. Okay, this is a new one on me. This is in do asyncs until ender. Okay, I'll bite. What's the command aborted? Interesting. So it can get that out of channel. What is the documentation out of band, I should say? What does the documentation say on that? There's like no case where it would be maybe like abort without the ed. If you call a function interactively, GDB will however, all right. So if the first character is a okay, so what is exactly is our backtrace? We were in do asyncs until ender, and then we were in process async. Okay. So in process async, we need to handle the case for when the first character is a caret. Don't know why they call it a caret. Doesn't really look like a caret to me. And in this case, we need to handle a couple of different cases. We need to handle the error message case. just gonna do an eat right now. Error message. Okay, and then we're going to do a we're going to do some buffer appends. We're going to do a buffer append, and then we're going to do a error, and then I think we want to preface this from, I think, here, and then we want to do from running. All right. Okay, let's rerun here. Did we crash somehow? Why are we? Oh, okay. Start GDB. Okay. Okay. To finish. Next. Okay. Error MS. Oh, MGS versus MSGS? Oh, that's just a typo. Right? MSG, error message. Oh, it's right here. Okay, so it is finally hitting that. MSG. Okay. Run. There we go. Expected running. Cannot find bounds of function. There we go. Now we need to yeah, that's fine. Okay, so I've totally forgot what we were doing. I think we want to do variable stuff. So for a variable, we want to do we want to list the variables somehow. Okay, so I think we already created a parser for this. Did we? Locals. No, we did not. How far did we get with that? Get locals. Okay. Yep. There we are. So, we want a button. No, we want a button to display the locals or to get the locals. Is that what we want? I don't know. Okay, so let's go to reloadable. Locals. want to go to frame or stack frames, right? And I guess we want to add a button here that is like get locals. Just gonna say source here, and then do +3. And then here, I'm just going to do button label button label 0 equals F. Get rid of this guy and this guy. Does this still work? Yes. Does IamGUI have like tooltips? Well, I don't want to get into that real quick. Well, I just want to know if it does have tooltips. Tool tip. Looks like it has tooltips. Let's go to the header file. Oh, okay. So we would do like is hovered tooltip. Okay. That's okay. That's fine. We'll do that later. Do but we do want a new button. That's like let's call it L for locals. And for now, we'll just leave it like that. So if we compile that, we build that, we get this new L button. And so I think the L button should do a command queue. So it'll do this guy. New command. It's going to be a finish. It's actually going to be a locals. Get locals. I think that frame is going to be our frame. Okay. So if you hit it, we should crash. Yes. It would crash on 554 or 545. Yep, that is to be expected. Okay. What we want to do here is we want to send it to GDB stackless variables frame. Okay, that's good. And then we're going to do parse locals. That function does not exist yet, so we need to go and create it. Locals. So Okay, so this needs to take a frame. 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 And we're going to do an L push, or literal L push. Or alloc2, lalloc2. Frame. Frame. Variables. Equals there. And then we will do my ears are getting so hot. We are going to put in headphones. And we're going to put in some music. It's like a struct, probably. So far I've taken care of this first brace here. Okay, so after that, I'm going to do another branches. Alright, what happens if there's a string? It's probably going to break it. We should test that. Let me finish what I'm doing first, though. So if at this point you have to come up with something new called like read quoted string. Probably. Okay, we're going to loop through those. When it gets a close thing, we're going to break the loop, and then we need to do a branch to figure out if we are done with the variables. And I guess if we hit a comma, then we are not done. If we hit a square bracket, we are done. All right, that should be it for that. Deadly signals. Why are you sending me deadly signals? Okay. Debugger. Did I mess something up, obviously? Oh, sure. Yeah. Is that what it's having a problem with? Yeah. Okay. Unknown type frame. Is it stack frame? Yes, it's stack frame. Really? Locals is what it's called. All right. Stop memory. Generated routine parse locals. Oh, right. We'll do CTX. Right. Okay, so I guess I want to print out the variables as well. So I guess I want the idea of, hold on, be reloadable. So in here we'll say frame CTX frame locals gotten equals true. And then we'll do a So we'll do a if frame locals gotten what is it? Is it not what? Oh, okay. That's a that be a typo. Okay, locals got if not frame locals gotten. So you want to do not there. Right, and we still need to define that variable. That's fine. I don't really care. But we also want to do something where, like right here, we'll do for we want to do for variable, or we'll do local frame locals local 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 next. We'll do mgui local %s equal to %s local name local value. Okay, so we want a frame cached value as string. Really? Dave, why do you name stuff so dumb? Like, I don't know. Technically it's correct, so I guess we'll use that. Okay, so the spec file still has the thing where it's not, okay. Just do a read string. We can do some read strings, man. So literal the name equals read string. Let's route cached value as string equals that. Okay, so we're running. We inserted. I'm not sure why. Okay. Whoa. What state is the program in at this point? So it got an exited, but it still thinks it's running. Why does it still think it's running? Interesting. All right, so that was me messing up. So we got thread group exited, running. Thread group exited should definitely set it so that it's not running, bud. If target is stopped. Oh. Right. Okay. I think I know what's going on. So thread group started, a thread group exited needs to set my context target is stopped to false. I know that's confusing, but that's what needs to happen. I suppose something that would be less confusing is I could just say like really that the thread group started stuff should be at the base of it. So if we're started, we do one set of things. If we're not started, then we do another set of things. That's what makes most sense. So I don't know. Let me just go ahead and change everything around. Okay, so if hold on, distractions. Okay. So let's go ahead and set up this guy. So if thread group is running, we'll do one stuff, else we do other stuff. Okay. Then, so if target is stopped, we'll do one set of things. If it's else, we'll do other things. Okay. So if the thread group is started and the target is stopped, then we'll do an interrupt. Well, we'll render the interrupt button. Okay. So there's that. Got that done. If the thread group is not running, well, okay, so gosh damn it, this one's kind of like, why are we rendering the run restart button on the case where we're not stopped? Oh, we're not stopped. Crap, how many negatives is that? Okay, so not stopped is running, and not running is, yeah, okay, that makes sense. Okay, so maybe as part of this, you can get rid of all the freaking negatives. Okay, so if I think we always want to render the restart button. Right? Is there any case where we do not want to render the restart button? I don't think so. So I'm just going to pull this out. I'm going to put this here. And there's a reset button. Okay. Now, what do we got here? If thread group is started and we're stopped, okay. Okay, so I'm going to move this into the else clause and change it from a double negative to just a negative. Well, okay, it's double negative in a different way, but whatever. Okay. Thread group started. So that's when we want to do this. Okay. Apparently we never want to do this. So let's just ignore that for now. And then that actually belongs up here. And then this all belongs together. Okay. So the only thing we have over here is this stuff. Oh, we don't have a kill button. So if thread group started, we'll run to the kill button. Where do we want to put the kill button? Guess we want to put it at the end. So all of this stuff is just junk at this point. And then we're on to frame stuff. Okay. So I guess we don't want to do anything in this else case. Let's see if that's correct. Start GDB. Run restart. Break main. I think when we exit, I think we want to do like open view to code. My context. Null. 0. Okay, so now when we do nice. Is that, would you guys consider that fast? Is that an acceptable amount of speed? I'm running unoptimized. But like, I'm a little concerned that the user interface is just like a little bit flickery. I mean, I was sort of expecting the response to be just a little bit better. I mean, it's like a couple, like it's like milliseconds, I guess. I don't know. I could just be like imagining it. Why are we doing a pthread mutex lock? I guess it's fast. I don't know. All right. Local variables. We never got that far. Oh, and we abort. Why are we aborting? What are we eating? We're eating a carrot. We're eating a carrot. Yeah, I guess that makes sense. The carrot gets eaten by the async handler. Okay. Yes, that is correct. Move on. Break main. Let me run to. Let me run to here. All right. V. What are you expecting it to be? You're expecting a open brace? Why are you expecting an open brace? Oh, you're expecting an open brace because we're here, not there. My bad. All right. I think I'm gonna like hard code it so that it opens bigger than this, or I'm just gonna like make everything smaller. All right, why don't I just make everything smaller? Boop. If anybody is watching this and has insights as to what the user interface should actually look like, let me know. I'm thinking probably some sort of like tabbed interface would probably be best. You know, I don't know. Maybe the free window interface would be better if it was like full screen embedded, like overlaid over 4Coder or something. I don't know. This to me seems hard to manage. So I would appreciate insights. This is probably a better way to place the windows. This way. I don't know. Where's the debug window? Did I lose the debug window? Is it buried in there? Did I lose the debug window? Is it under here? Oh, it's right here. Okay. This one I'm just getting rid of. Okay, that should be more interesting. Process async first char. Ah, it's because I'm not grabbing the new line. Okay. Expect char new line. There you go. That should make you happy. Okay, null and nested scopes. Are you literally giving me a null? What? Okay. Am I... locals. Okay. What about here? Oh, okay. There we go. Okay, so awesome. So if I step, okay, so I think I have this idea of that I'm going to want certain locals open, and I need to persist that idea between each execution of the program. So if I do a if I do a if I click here, I get back to here. And so if I run to here and I grab the locals, I'll get nested scopes equals to 32,767. And I go to step, and then I go to locals, and then I get one nested scopes is equal to 1, and another nested scope is equal to some garbage value. Next. Okay. Yeah, so hitting the L button every time is kind of annoying. So how do I want to save that information? Do I want to have like some sort of like hash table of functions and say like when you're in this function expand, I want it to be expanded. I don't know. I'm gonna take a 1 minute break or 5 minute break to use the restroom. We'll be back in a minute. If you have thoughts on what I should do to preserve the state of what the user is wanting from frame to frame, from GDB frame to frame, let me know in the chat comments. Also, if you have any thoughts on how I should arrange the user interface, let me know. I'll be back in a minute. Test 1, 2. Come on. Okay, good. No one has any thoughts. Interesting. Okay. Let me sit and think about it for a second while I eat my sandwich. So, you know what? I don't want to pigeonhole on such a small feature. I want to focus on what needs needed before releasing. And so we got variables. So we'll deal with improving the user experience later. I mean, I think. Okay. So, what else is needed before we can release? We got variables. That's awesome. We need run configurations. Okay, so that should be pretty easy to do. So I think what we need is a bunch of things like well, here, let me run it. So in the state where, well, actually, I think in any case where we're not running thread group exited, we want to render the like the connection stuff or the run configuration stuff. So let's do so if yeah, okay, so that's what we're going to do in this else clause here. We're going to have, I guess, some really big buffers for some of these strings. Well, okay, so what is part of the run? Oh, it's actually okay, it's this part. Do we do like static here. I'll just make global variables for now. Reloadable. So char run config path to binary. .2048. And for now, to make debugging simpler, I was going to initialize it to this. And then we're going to do this guy. %s. I guess we want to put it in quotes. Do we want to put it in quotes? In case somebody gives us like spaces and stuff. I think that's what we want. And in here in IAmGUI, how do we want to do this? What is this? Is this the if for, yeah, okay. So we don't want the same line here. We want the same line here. And we want this guy here. And we want some sort of text input widget. What is it called? IAmGUI. Labels, buttons, combos. Input with keyboard. So input text, I think, is what we want. Input text takes a label. Okay, that's fine. We'll do IAmGUI input text. We want a label. What are we going to do with our label? Okay. Let's do path to binary. Okay. Buff is going to be run config path to binary. And the buffer size is going to be size of run config buffer to binary. And then flags, callback. Yeah, don't care. Well, I mean, actually, callback stuff would be really fun to do, like completion. That'd be cool. But we don't want to get ahead of ourselves here. So why do you put the label on that side? That's so dumb. I mean, that's not dumb. That's whatever you want to do. So what happens if I do like some bogus name here? Start. You gonna error out on me? What's your error? Okay. Nice. Okay. So I want a parse done. All right. And then I want a excuse me. Got sandwich in my beard. Okay. Anyway. So the button's working as expected. We just need to figure out what to do with errors when we do um, this needs to be changed to done. And then there we go. Okay, let's try it again. Start TDB. And then we're going to, let's start it normally this time. Okay, that's fine. We ran. Everything's great. And then we're going to do stuff. We're going to run. We're going to, ooh, okay. I thought I fixed that. What line is that? 315. Oh. 1187. Okay. Okay. So apparently we cannot do right. Okay, that makes sense. Um, so what is it failing on? Exactly. File exec and symbols. It's almost like it's not running my latest code. Let me try running it again. $11.87. Oh, exec run. Okay, so it is having problems here. I just misread. Okay, so I need some sort of way to set some sort of error. I think the easiest way for me to do that is just to pass in something like this. So bool error false. Did error. Oh, that's not what we want. And then bool did error. Literal did error equals false. True. Oh, okay. And then so if not did error, Nice. Boom, 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 boom. And then if we fix it, we run. And if we change it, we get an error. And if we fix it, we run. I think this is awesome. Okay, so we got basic run configuration working. Nice. I think that's everything we need for a release. For a testing release, rather. I'm going to call it good. Let me go over it one more time. So we've got source code browsing. We've got... Okay, so I think I'm going to spend most of the remaining time today just getting this into a spot where I can ship it. Does anybody have any opinions on things that are absolutely necessary before testing? Obviously, we're missing features and like a lot of stuff I would want to do. But I feel like at this point in time, we've hit the bare minimum of like features that make it better than interfacing with GDB on the console. I mean, I don't know. Where should it? Okay, so to make a shipping version of this, I probably want I guess I want a different main. A slightly different main. One that isn't set up for dynamic loading. So I guess what I'll do is I'll just open up GUI to the CPP. I guess we want to get rid of some of this debug crap as well. I mean, this frames per second meter is not even accurate. So it's completely dependent on how fast I move the mouse. If I move the mouse 60 frames per second, then it becomes accurate. I'm a little bit nervous. Okay. Let's go ahead and kill this. And I guess I want to create a new build.sh called build shipping. .sh. Okay. And I also want to create a new, shipping main. I'm just going to copy everything from here into there. And then, but without this stuff. And without this stuff. And without all this stuff. Don't really care. Whatever. Humbug. I'll give it a real title. Humbug. And I guess that's stuff I want to do in my main thing as well. Should really probably consider having a I don't know. Oh, am I still waking up? Okay, so okay. So the reason why the four coder stuff doesn't work is because it's failing to connect to the socket, and so it fails over. Okay. Um, Do I want to disable that functionality? I don't know. It's not going to do anything anyway, so I'll just leave it in. Um, okay, so then instead of doing the reload stuff here and here and here, instead of doing this, we're just going to pound include reloadable GUI2 reloadable. That's CPP. Okay. B build shipping. All right. Okay. And we're going to go ahead and call build shipping. Build shipping /h bash. Set E. Okay. Move it back. And we are going to, we're actually going to exec here. Okay. I'm going to build I don't think we should rebuild the tooling stuff. Doesn't need to rebuild IMGUI. It can just do a Well, we're just going to do this. Okay. I don't think we need our dynamic. GUI to main shipping. Okay, so there we go. We're going to be real optimistic about these numbers here. Main shipping. Holy crap. Did it build? It did. Does it execute? Does it run? No, it doesn't run. Who are we kidding? It doesn't run. I need to disable address sanitizer. Eventually. What's your problem? You're null, aren't you? No, you're not null. Oh, you're null. Interesting. We don't want any of that. Holy crap. It's running. It's alive. Does Control C work in here? Yes, awesome. Right. Okay. Well, I need to pull the debug symbols out of it. So, I also want to disable sanitizer, all that stuff. I need to create a release version of mGUI. That's what's going on here. Okay, so mGUI release. You know what? We're just gonna do O fast. We're gonna do O fast on everything. Actually, I just kind of want to run O fast because I never run O fast. What? Oh, it's not the original problem anyway. You just need like so O. It's O fast. That's what it is. O fast. And 9 seconds to compile. Holy crap. LP thread is what I want. I think this is what I want. P threads. I'm gonna restart for coder. Gets a little temperamental sometimes. Oh, dash P thread? Okay. I believe that you're actually correct. Even though what I did worked, I'm going to do dash P thread. Did you notice that compiling with optimizations is taking like a really long time? Like 9 seconds for mGUI and 2 seconds for thing. Okay. Oh, no, that's not what I want. Actually, I kind of want to ship a debug version and a release version. So we'll do a release here, shipping release, and then we'll do Um, shipping debug. Shipping debug. Okay. And then we'll do OG here and OG here. And I don't want to do this all right now, so I'm going to do. Thank you, Zach Klaus, for that help. I am a little curious as why it didn't need it in my debug build. Seems a little strange to me. Okay. Build this debug version here. Oh, crap. I need to use this guy. Actually, shouldn't I like just put them all together? Is there anything that would stop me from that? I'm gonna try that. I mean, since it's a final, theoretically a final build. What is getting included twice? Is it because I have this guy maybe? Probably. Oh, right. We need to get rid of that. Okay, that's because of the order of things. Actually, do I even want the demo in there? I don't want the demo in there. Oh. I think I'm actually confusing the issue here. I think I want to do that. And that built. Awesome. So that's the debug version. And then the release version would look like this. Oh, fast here. Should I do like super aggressive optimizations? Like March native. And what's that other thing that is good? Vectorize. Like, oh, it's already there. Okay, that's fine. It's already doing all that stuff. Okay. Okay, so I want to. Looks fine to you? Okay, awesome. I will. I do want to do one thing before I do that. I want to do object copy, rip out the debug symbols. GCC split debug symbols or split debug. Crap. Am I missing the dash G? So I left it in there. Okay. Okay. So split the debug symbols out. We do this guy. Stack Overflow has the answer. Oh, wrong paste. Okay. And so what I want to do is that there. Then we'll put this into the release here. And then I think I want to do PWD in front of all these. Just because I'm not sure if it's going to bake into it the symbols and all that. And I want good error messages. So what? Release.bin. Oh, the debug file. So it'll be here. And then the strip files here. And we're compiling. Okay. Let's take a look at our binaries, guys. We've got nice. It's actually pretty small binaries. That's good. Most of it's in the debug symbols. The release binary is actually bigger than I expected. It's interesting. Okay. So now I need to write a license file. I don't even know how to spell license. And Alan said that he would let me use his license file as a template. So let me go ahead and pull up that one for coder license.txt. All right, license.txt. li cense.txt. All right. All right, now I'm gonna like Google all of this stuff because I have no idea what any of this stuff is. I gotta do my due diligence here. So This is humbug alpha. Okay. We'll do let's do humbug dot bin is copyright. We'll do humbug, whatever. Debug humbug. Release dot bin is copyright. Okay, so let's look at the ISC license. And look at its condition, uninterrupted use. Use merchantability and fitness for a particular purpose. Event. Liable for any special performance of the software. Okay, awesome. Okay, then let's look at online examples of other licenses. Examples. I think it's good. May not distribute sublicense. This is like good enough until I get like a lawyer to look at it. Okay, so I got those. Got that done. And need to shove it into a zip file. Don't want to do these right now because they are super slow. I'm pretty excited. I'm pumped. Are you guys pumped? I'm pumped. I am super pumped. What? File. Build. Humbug. Humbug. What is it? Shipping. Shipping release. Oh, what? Oh, okay. Humbug debug. Debug. Not debug. Stripped. Wait a minute. Let's look at. Should I statically link SDL? I'm thinking that's what I want to do. I never check these. Build, humbug, debug, ban. Oh yeah. Yep. Actually, that's not too bad. Why? Oh, is it because I'm relying on it? Okay. I don't know. I can clean up the dependencies later. Hopefully. It's pretty dumb that it's hitting libflac. Should I clean that up now or later? Okay. LTD-V. Okay. For nice trees. Why are you pulling in libog? Want to know. And libvorbis. There's no way my program is relying on libvorbis. Like I'm not linking against it or anything. What is in here? ISDL2 reentrench. Okay, that's fine. I'm just going to go ahead and inline that. All right, and then the same thing here. And then What about this guy? What does this one do? I know what libgl does. Is this one bringing in a whole bunch of crap? No, that's pretty standard. However, I'm just curious, like LDD build GUI to .bin. That one's pulling in Vorbis and all that. So to reloadable. So yeah, that one's more sane. This is like a more sane set of dependencies. There's like no reason for my thing to like want all of that stuff. Do I want to? Maybe I want to do like epoxy for the GL, because maybe GL is pulling in a whole bunch of crazy stuff. So, so what about here? Or LDD lib SDL .so. Okay. Why does lib SDL have Vorbis in it? Like, I thought the whole thing was that, like, it didn't include... Okay, what if I did .a? Okay, so it's not a dynamic executable, that's fine. So instead of doing that, what if I just statically linked it, and link time optimizer, or the linker should just like get rid of all the crap it doesn't need, right? Theoretically. Does that sound good? So let's do that. I'll get rid of this guy. Oh, right. One, two, three, four, five, six, seven. So it wants lib, it wants X. Okay, that's fine. I think that wanting to access xlib is a reasonable request. So let's do like LX, right? X11, maybe? Okay, whatever. Google all the things. Google will tell me. And by Google, I mean the shortcut to Stack Overflow. LX11, LX, XX. That's confusing. Okay. XF86 mode. Get port view. Okay. It's fine with me. Undefined. It's libglut. Can I get a second opinion? Okay, so it just wants glut. Okay, whatever. Oh, glut. XI query version. What? I haven't even heard of some of these things. Oh, XI. Okay, so let's do their recommendation. Defined only. Is that really taking that long? Apparently. Okay, what about so nice. Mr. Klaus to the rescue again. Oh. L X X X F 86 VM. Okay. I'm going to get rid of this guy. This is going to cause problems. it really wants Wayland, huh? Okay, so I'm not really comfortable shipping something that requires Wayland. So yeah, I'm not comfortable with that. This is why people don't use SDL. um, or am I like overcomplicating this like a crazy amount? Like if if I just dynamically linked with SDL, then like I wouldn't actually have the problems because am I only pulling in like Vorbis and stuff like that because that's that's just what my SDL is compiled with. And so if you like had a different SO file, then you wouldn't have that problem. Like if you didn't have Wayland and you compiled SDL without Wayland and I dynamically linked with it, then you wouldn't have that problem. I think that's what's going on. I think that if you yeah, never mind. I'm overcomplicating it. Correct me if I'm wrong. I think that's how it works. Um, okay, so I'm going to make their. I'm actually going to get rid of all these crazy version numbers. I'm just going to put them in the. Well, I don't know. They're in there now. CP SDL config static libs. Is that something that you are recommending that I do to make my release better? Yeah, see, like, so if I did this though, like, what if the person doesn't have Wayland? Then it wouldn't build on their system. But I'm thinking that I'm overcomplicating it because as long as I've built with SDL against SDL, as long as somebody has an SDL that matches the same ABI and they can compile their version of SDL with whatever options they want, and it should just work. If that doesn't work, then I'll just get rid of SDLs because it's not going to be that big a deal to get rid of SDL. That's my thought process. Okay, so CP, all that, we'll just throw it in the spin directory here. Release, and then we're going to need to give them the release here, and we're actually going to call it something different here. We're going to call it another thing I could do is I could just make a version of, I could just compile, I could just build my own version of SDL that didn't have all that crap in it. That's probably the simplest thing to do. And just something that worked like just very vanilla. And then I could statically link against that version of SDL that I built, and that would work. But I don't want to do that. Well, I don't. Well, I mean, it's not that I don't want to do that. It's just that it's overly unnecessary, and I don't think it would actually solve the problem. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to release these versions of the binaries. And then if people complain about it, or if people have issues running it, then I'll just solve the problem. So, you know, that's my thought process on it. Hey Klaus, are you on Handmade Network? Or are you on Handmade IRC? If you want to volunteer to be a tester, go ahead and join the Handmade IRC and then send me a message. Like, direct message me on IRC. Yeah, you don't have to go now. You can go, like, if you did go now, we could hook you up. But you know, whenever you get a chance, just whenever is convenient for you, message me on IRC. Okay. Okay. Or Discord. I'm also on Discord. Nice. Okay. So I'll use the IRC channel as a way to hand out the release. If you're interested, if you want to volunteer, my debugger may blow up your computer. If you want to take that risk, then you can try it. Okay, so okay, so I'm going to copy that stuff into the directory, and I'm going to zip up the directory. Is that what I want to do? I think that's what I want to do. Okay, let's run these guys. CP-G. Hey, thanks for the help, by the way, Klaus. Nothing to do. How do we use the program? Mode. Examples. Those are good. I feel like at the very, very beginning of the man page, it should have the examples or the most common thing you want to do. Okay, zip stuff creates a stuff.zip. Okay, so zip. Okay, I guess we want a CP or license file in there too. Kind of pointless to have a license if I don't ship it to people. Okay. Oh, right. Oh, right. Uh, Humbug A 00001. And I didn't mess up those build options, right? Like, yeah, still looks good. Oh, fast. OG. Okay. Humbut. Humbut. Oop, it all fits in a 336K. Oh. I'm happy you're excited about it, Zaklaus. Or Klaus. I'm just gonna call you Klaus, I guess. Or whatever you prefer. Tell me how to say it. Oh, I have to say, this version doesn't talk to 4Coder. I don't know if that's a deal breaker or not. Um, like I have 4Coder functionality working. Well, sort of like I can jump to a line, but I sort of like stopped maintaining that part because I kind of want to get all the other basic features working. Um, all right, if you're really interested in 4Coder, then I'll continue working on that and I'll get that working because I use 4Coder a lot, and I'll probably get a lot of use out of that. So I guess give me some feedback about what you want most about it, and then we'll get that working. Yeah. The reason why I stopped working with the 4Coder stuff is because I didn't want to have to like troubleshoot 4Coder and the debugger at the same time. But maybe in a couple weeks I'll have like a 4Coder version of it out, if that's something that you're interested in. Um, I mean, it might be sooner than that because that's probably what I'll be using. But um, I'm sorry to disappoint you on that. Um, okay, so okay, let's push this Dropbox and we're good to go. Oh man, I'm nervous. All right, got to do that over here. SCP buggery dot build humbug a 00001 dot zip. We're gonna move it to Dropbox. Okay. Oh my gosh. Oh, forgot the L. Nice. Okay, then I go to Dropbox. Then copy Dropbox link. There we go. It's officially shipped. What do I do now? Just kidding. I fix bugs. That's what I do now. You guys come back to me with all the bugs, and I fix all the bugs. Okay. I think what I'm going to do now is I'm going to take a break, and then I'm going to write an update on Handmade Network as to my progress. And then I think I am going to um, I think I'm gonna work on some stuff I have to do for my real job. So, anyway, thank you guys for watching. You guys have been great, awesome. Thanks for hanging out. It's been a lot of fun. Um, I'm pretty excited and nervous about people messing around with my stuff. So, don't know. Could explode. Oh crap! I already know one part that's broken. God damn it! Oh my gosh! I already know. I already know. Hold on. First bug found. I hard coded GDB path, so it's broken. Psych. Let me make a new release. Okay. Hold on. Unbug. Never mind. Scratch all that. I gotta fix the first bug. Come on. GDB. Where you at, GDB? There it is. Okay. Okay, so if I did this, if I just did that, would it find it in the path? Let's find out. Build shipping, build. Yeah, comment this out. Okay. Okay. But the problem is that that's the wrong GDB, right? GDB help. Just this version. Yeah, 7.1 should be the version that it makes. Yeah, okay. So that works. Does everything work with that version of GDB? Run. Break. Break. Main. I mean, I'm assuming everything works. Yeah. Continue. Local variables. Yeah, everything's good. Okay, so yeah. Okay, so then what I do is go to build shipping, and then let's build a new version. No change. Oh, right. Gotta turn this guy on. Okay. Finder, Dropbox, share link. All right. So I feel like from here on, um, things really only get better because I spent like most of the time, like up to like the past like several weeks, just getting like the most basic functionality working, right? And so now that it's working, obviously it's missing a lot of features, a lot of stuff, cool stuff we want to do. Maybe it's not as fast as we want. All of these things we can do, we can just add on to it. Like, I feel like once you have the foundation, everything else should be pretty easy. That's at least my thought process on it. Maybe this will be like, an epic failure. We'll look at all these, remember when you said this, blah blah blah. I don't know, but anyway, that's my thought process on it. So, all right. I'm going to just say thanks again. Thanks again for testing people. Okay, I'm going to stop streaming. So, I want to thank everybody for watching and all that. And, hopefully I'll stream again next weekend. So, all right, take care.